I don't think that could have gone literally any better than it did. Nice thing about goats is they have horns you can grab. Say hey guys. So we got, I think there's only maybe 2 later born kids, but they were singles, so they've actually grown pretty close to the size of the rest. So we decided we're just gonna wean everything here today, and we'll separate out the bucks from the doelings maybe tomorrow. I don't think we'll have time tonight. It's getting kind of late already. So there's all our young ewes, ewe lambs I guess you will, and then our weaned kids. All in all, this I don't even think it took more than 15 minutes to load up everything. She's one of my favorites. This is number 8. She's got buck teeth. The bottoms hang out. She's just a goofy looking girl. Really tall and lanky too. Good mom though. Oh, they all seem to be pretty good now after pulling the does out. It's nice to have plenty of room at the feed bunk. Be easier to keep enough feed in front of them to keep them happier too when you don't have as many animals. So right now we're just feeding all loose hay. So we go over to our rental barn, fill the truck bed up, and we just fork it in. Definitely some good sized kids in here. There are some that were on the smaller side, but it was time. We have the time before things get really busy. It was nice to get it done. The sheep are following me. They know we're gonna get some hay here soon. What do you think, girl? You let me pet you? Yeah. We've had this in here for I think 2 days, or no, I put this in yesterday. Obviously they don't want to eat this outside here. You just got to basically peel it off, get to the inside. It's actually pretty good stuff on the inside. They know what's up. Once I get a little spot opened up, they basically eat it from the inside out. You can see where we've been feeding hay, those 3 piles. Once it gets a little drier, which it is now, it was kind of wet yesterday when I put this in. I'd like to kind of put them in further out off the fence, but this works. That's all it takes. You just open up a little spot and they can get into it, and looks like the rest are coming. This is kind of fun out here. Got 40 acres of triticale mowed down this morning. I was not expecting to wean goats with doing that, but this trim and hooves went pretty quick. Tried something new rather than taking them out of the pen, putting them on the stand. Just caught them, rolled them on their back, sat on them, and trimmed their hooves, and that went really quick. So we got, I think, 4 or 5 goats we trimmed hooves that I missed this spring. And like, well, shoot, we had another hour or so before her meeting, and well, let's try weaning them. In worst case scenario, we don't get it done tonight. They all load up really good, and here they are. They're done. Here's one of our mamas. Starting to have a lot of animals out here. Looking kind of cool. She's excited. This, you know, I don't have pasture at the home place, and I wouldn't really call this pasture, but it's outside, you know. These goats we've had inside the barn since we've had them for about 2 years now. So it's cool to have them outside. I think they're really going to enjoy it. Still plan to bring them in to a barn in the winter to kid, just so we have some protection from the elements a little more. But all in all, if they like it out here, I think they're going to enjoy it a lot more. said, this stuff isn't great hay, but it's pretty decent. I mean, it's mostly foxtail and weeds that we baled up. They certainly don't seem to mind. And they just weaned every one of these ewes, except maybe one of them, weaned twins or triplets. I think we only had one single. And she don't look great because her hair is shedding, but like, you can see the body on her. And I wouldn't call her thin at all. I wouldn't say she's over-conditioned, but this hay is keeping condition on these ewes after weaning twins or better. There's a few on the thinner side, but you'd expect as much. They'll be getting nicer stuff here soon when we start making it new hay, but this stuff has definitely got enough in it to keep these ewes healthy. And I think it might work out really well too to do it that way. So I like to keep things simple, and this isn't necessarily planned this way, it's just kind of how things are going to go. We don't have a ram in here yet. We're feeding him a little more to get him a little bigger before I drop him in here. But so this lower quality hay we're feeding right now, it'll be enough to keep condition on, but then when we have better new hay coming in, like we're going to be baling triticale, if I have a half a bale left in the chamber on the round baler, rather than wrap that bale, I might just not wrap it, just bring it out here, dump it, and then throw it in right away. So they'll be getting a lot nicer hay, just a lot richer stuff here soon, and that might be about the time that we're bringing the ram out here. So in a way, it might flush them, if you're not familiar with that term, flushing ewes. It doesn't really work on obese or very heavyweight, overweight ewes, but these good conditioned ewes, if you push a lot of nutrients right around breeding time, it might trigger them to drop more eggs, a higher likelihood of twins and triplets, which is kind of what we're shooting for. So it might just work out for the best that way. And here's a good example. You got this down tree here, kind of, and you can see all the wool being hair-shaped. They do shed their wool off, and they're doing it all right here. Kind of neat. But no, we'll see. Maybe that will work out pretty good. Like I said, they're going lower quality hay now. They're going to get some nice stuff here soon, probably by the time they start ovulating and coming into heat. So I think things might really work out. I don't know. This is our best year yet with the goats, as far as kidding percentages and weaning percentages. I guess anything can happen between now and the time these kids adjust to weaning, but I'd like to think we're in the clear. They're eating hay really good. They're looking really nice. We got them this far, like usually lose them in that first week or so. So they made it this far. This is just the best year we've had yet with the goats. First year with the sheep, really excited for that. And eventually we're gonna open up that second pasture and move some over there, but we still have some feeder pigs, which we can go take a look at them too here before I sign off. But these goats are loving it. Look at them, doing what goats do, climbing up in trees and eating leaves and whatnot. They're really gonna love it when we get them into the next pasture. And that might be where I start with the goats. So I think June 10th is our butcher date on these. It's mid-May now. They're looking pretty good. We got 2 we're gonna go butcher. We're gonna keep 2 gilts back to breed. And that's kind of why we're waiting to open up that next paddock, because this here is split down the center. So the pigs have one side and the sheep and goats have the other. So once the pigs are gone, then the other side will be empty. Now we can open up that to the greater portion of the pasture and throw sheep or goats onto that side and split them up. So sheep on one side, goats on the other, or breeding sheep and goats on this side and then young stock on the other. I don't know, we'll see how things go. Really excited for the future here. A lot of fun stuff going on. But thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.